Good morning, friends. How are you? I'm Alison Sullivan. I am an independent Stampin' Up! Demonstrator in New Westminster, British Columbia. My blog is Stamp Crazy with Alison. So welcome. If this is your first time joining me, I'm so glad you found me. And for my returning friends and stampers, let's craft along today. I do want to make sure that I am broadcasting to my 3 channels that I use. You may be watching me on my group, my Border Buddy group, or you may be watching me. Hi, Keisha. Good morning. You may be watching me on YouTube, or you may be watching me on my Facebook page, Stamp Crazy with Alison, because those are the 3 places. So I want to make sure that you've got me and you can hear me. Yep, everything's great. Oh, good. How you doing today, Keisha? Just gonna put this in my stand so I can see. What's it like out? Oh, it's not bad today. I wanted to just let people know that if you are joining me, there is a bit of a delay. So that's why I wait until people pop on before I start crafting. And I also wanted to say that these are recorded when in a live broadcast. So if you're watching it after the fact, you can just zip through and get to the start of where I'm crafting. Throughout my videos, I do talk to people because they are popping on and commenting, and I want to make sure I acknowledge that they're doing that. But that's just the way lives work. So that's how it is. Good morning, Louise from the UK. Oh my gosh, I think this is my first time seeing you pop up here. Whereabouts in the UK are you? Just type that in. We'll just wait for a few more people. Keisha, I changed my whole, my studio around, and so now I'm discombobulated because the screen that I used to have over there is now over here. And then anyway, so hopefully I do well this morning. Oxfordshire. Oh, nice. I'm going to the UK in when am I going? May. We're going to take the cruise, the Stampin' Up! Cruise from Southampton to Norway, to the fjords. But my 2 cousins, who originally are from Scotland, they both live in London. One is in Twickenham. So we're looking forward. We've been there many times visiting, but we're looking forward to kind of doing other things, going to places that we haven't been, like Bath and Windsor and things like that. So thanks for coming, Louise. I really appreciate it. Hi, Mo. Good morning. How are you? How are you? How are you? How are you? Okay. Hi, Ellie. Oh my gosh, Ellie's joining me. Oh, that's my sisters. Mo and Ellie are my sisters. And my sister Ellie had some surgery, and so I'm so glad to see her popping on here. She must be feeling a little bit better pain-wise. Oh, okay. Let's get started, shall we? We're going to work with, let me show you. We're going to work with the Share a Milkshake. I always want to say shake a milkshake, but it's Share a Milkshake. These are cards that I have made in the past on our lives. So you can go back and search on videos. If you have a hard time, Facebook has a hard time, sorting videos and whatnot. But there is a video tab on my Stamp Crazy with Alison page. You can click that and you should be able to find the videos. But a really easy way to find them is to go to my YouTube channel, Stamp Crazy. It's just one word, Stamp Crazy. And everything is listed there, all my lives. So that's kind of an easier way to find stuff. Okay, so that's what we're going to be working with. Now, as I said that, where the heck is my actual stamp set? This is so funny. Not really. I changed my whole office around and my whole presentation around, and I didn't bring out the dies. I didn't bring out the stamp set. How is that even possible? Oh well. I've got all the bits that I need. I guess that's all that counts, right? I guess that's all that counts. So let's get stamping with what I've already got set up here. Oh my goodness. I knew this was going to happen today. First of all, those stupid clocks had to go forward an hour, and that's throwing me off. Okay, so I've got a piece here of the pink, and I've cut it to 8.5 by 5.5, and I've scored it at 4.25. So we've got a standard North America size card. You can adjust it, Louise, for your paper size. Hi, Diane. How are you? Now I've gone ahead, you guys. I hope you can see that I've gone ahead and embossed this. I've used one of the brand new folders. They're called Basics 3D embossing folders. They come as a group, so you can see there's 3 of them here. You find these on my store, Shop Crazy with Alison, all one word. And they're in a whole new offering called online exclusives. So you get, my sister told me this is to name this one. I couldn't figure out what it was, but she's right. My sister Mo said it sort of looks like a cross hatch. So that's what we're calling that. This one here is kind of I don't know, sort of got little flowers all connected. I love this one. It looks like that bubble wrap, that you burst, like pop, pop, pop. Anyway, I love that. So those are the 3 basics. So I used this one, the one that sort of looks like a cross hatch. And I just embossed the front of the card. Okay. Now, the reason I'm using some of these products is because this is going to be my class, my virtual class. And it's going to be held in April. I think it's the 15th, in a exclusive Facebook group. The registration to sign up, though, closes on Tuesday. So if you want to come, please join. And in the class, I wanted to just show you that you will get some of this gorgeous DSP, just Flowers and More, I think it's called. It is a host set of paper. It comes in a big pack. So if you ever spend $200 or more, that's Canadian, you can choose this as your free gift. But what we're doing is we're cutting up 12 sheets, double-sided. Here they are. That's part of the goodie bag. And they're going to be cut to 6 by 12. So they're not this small. This is just so you guys can see them all. So you're going to get that. You're going to get the full pack of opaque adhesive back gems. Because don't look at them. They look like little, like the little sprinkles you put on top of your milkshake. And then you're also going to get a full roll of the polished pink, I think it's 3/8 inch. Yeah, open weave ribbon. Okay, so that's the goodie bag. Plus you're going to get a card kit to make 4 cards. So what we do, I do this with my partner Ange McKay. So what we do is we make some projects using it leading up to the close of registration. And look, I found it. Here's our stamp set. Yay. Okay. How cute is this? You can make little ice cream sodas. We've got a cherry. We've got the ice cream. We've got a little bowl if you want to make a little bowl of ice cream. A spoon. We've got straws. So cute, right? So that's the class. It's only $40 for all of what I just showed you. So it's a really good deal. It's like getting the class for free, really. So I pulled up some of that DSP that I want to use. And I'm going to go ahead and just glue this piece. Now I've cut this here we go, 2 by, I think that's 2 by, well, it would be 5 1/4, right? You could make it go the whole way if you wanted 5 1/2, but we're just going to sort of let a little bit show at the top and the bottom. Okay. Hope everybody's doing well. All my regulars, anybody else jump on? Hi, you're back home, Donna? Oh, I'm so glad. It must be nice to be home. Nothing like having to leave home for a week on end and then get back. I'm glad. I hope you're feeling a little stronger. Okay, so here we go. It's so funny when you change your surroundings, right? Like that saying, a change is as good as a rest. You guys heard that saying? Which is true, except everything is on the opposite side. So where I have my camera, I'm just going to adjust my camera a bit. It's totally on the wrong side for me, and my monitor's on the wrong side. So I'm like, I should not have done this the same weekend as we were springing forward, right? I'm going to just take a piece of this ribbon. Now what I do, you guys, is I leave it on the roll, okay? And I'm going to roll it up to the top here. I just want to put a bow, but I want my bow to be near the top of my card here. So I'm just going to give myself enough of a rope to hang myself, really. Okay, so let's do that. And I feel like I'm in a topsy-turvy world, almost like I'm left-handed now, which of course I'm not. Okay, so we're going to pull that through and just pull. And what I do is I just keep pulling the ends just like this and tightening it up and pulling the ends just like that and tightening it up until I get it the size of the bow I want. I think that looks pretty good. And then I trim off the ribbon so there's no waste, right? If I try and measure this and then just cut it and then play with it, it's either too short or too long. At least that's what I found. Okay, so that's the start of our card. Oh, hi, Sarah. Good morning. How are you? Well, Sarah is a very lucky person. Sarah lives in Saskatchewan and they do not turn their clocks forward and backwards, so they're never discombobulated. Right, Sarah? Maybe I need to move to Saskatoon. All right, we're going to do some die cutting. I've grabbed this die, and it is, I don't think I put the, yeah, I put it all away. See, I cleaned up. I'm too clean. Somebody will know what the name of this is. Somebody look this up for me. It's one of those contour dies. Okay, and I really love because you get the scallop, plus you get the stitching, plus it cuts the frame. Okay, so let me grab. I'm going to use my mini. Here it is, my mini die cut machine, my mini Stampin' Cut and Emboss. It is the boho blue one. This is the one that new demonstrators could choose when they join Stampin' Up! In January and February. It's one of the new in colors that's coming. So just as a reminder, when I'm using my mini, I always use plate number 3 as my bottom plate, and then I have a clear plate number 2, and then I have my paper, and then I have my die, and then I have my clear plate. Okay, because it always grabs. It is wonderful not to have change. It's just like, I don't know what it is, Sarah. Even when we fall back, it takes me days to get used to it. And I've gained an hour, but the losing an hour, oh man, time's ticking on. Okay, so I get this really nice design. Okay, so we're going to put that aside. And then I need a bunch of things. So one of the things I'm going to cut is an ice cream cone. Look at this die. Isn't that great? This waffle cone. I love it. So I'm going to use Mango Melody because I think it might be a bit bright for an ice cream cone, but I love the bright colors because it goes with that beautiful pink and the other colors that we're going to use today. Okay. And then I'm also going to need, let's see here, I grabbed a few of these papers. These are the papers from the Designer Series paper, and I thought they were really pretty. I thought they looked like ice cream, right? Strawberry, grape, I don't know, pistachio, something. So what I want for this is I want a big piece of ice cream, but I also want a smaller scoop, and I want that out of each one of these colors. So let's run these through. I have a whole pile of ice cream. I don't know, they were talking about getting rid of daylight savings, but I don't know, the politicians can't seem to pull the trigger on that, and just, I don't think it's a good idea to have it, honestly. I think it's bad for our health. But I guess the good news is once it changes, it kind of triggers our I don't know, the way we feel, and it's sort of like this is going to be, it's going to be spring and then it's going to be summer, right? That's kind of how I try and make a positive spin on it. Like, oh, we're springing into spring. Spring forward into spring. All right, so we've got a lot of ice cream Yay. I also need a little bit of, I'm playing with a lot of little dies here, but I need a, I don't know what you call this one. It almost looks like a cloud. We're going to use this one for, this is going to be like whipped cream. I'm going to pretend it's whipped cream. Okay. So let's run one of those through. Now, if I was doing this myself, I might be pulling out my regular size Stampin' Cut and Emboss because I could run these all through at the same time. But when I'm doing a live with you guys, I'm pretty, the space that I'm stamping in is rather small. And so it would be kind of difficult to do that with you guys. I'm going to grab a piece of silver foil and we're going to just grab it off my little, I'm going to just cut out a spoon. Okay. Oh, is that what you're waiting for? Yeah, you need Quebec and New York State. We need Oregon and Washington. I don't know if we need California, but that's the thing. It's sort of that Pacific Rim mo. Same idea. We need them to agree, right? I don't know. It's only an hour. Doesn't seem like it should be that difficult. Okay, then the last thing I want to cut, I have to do some stamping first. So let's set this aside and let's do some stamping. So I've got a piece here of basic white and I'm going to be cutting out the little cherry. Let me show you it. Here it is. Now, I could use my Stampin' Write markers. So I could use my red on the bottom and my brown or my green for my stem, okay? But I actually do it a little bit differently. I take my real red stamp pad and I ink up my whole cherry. And then because brown is a darker color than the red, I just take my marker, I take the brush end of my marker and I just go over this stem. I find that I get a nicer red this way, like a really vibrant red. Okay. And then, whoop, then we can just stamp that cherry. There he is. And then we're just going to cut it out. And look at this. There's a little die that cuts it out. Now, I have to put some tape when I'm cutting, just so it doesn't move around. Some people use, I use just this Scotch repositionable tape. Somebody yesterday was telling me that they use Post-it note tape. It comes like on a roll, like a Scotch tape roll. I'll have to check that out. Although I do like, this is fine. I can use this. Although I do use these over and over, the tape, until they're not sticky anymore. And apparently that's another advantage of the Posty. It does let itself be used over and over. So there's our little cherry. How cute is that? So I think I've done, no, I haven't done quite all my cutting, but I can set this aside for now while we get some, we're going to start building our little ice cream. All right, so I've got a piece. This is the one that we cut out earlier. I want to add a little bit of color behind it. So I've got Pale Papaya ink and I've got a blending brush and we're just going to ink that up. And what I do is I don't just go right onto my paper. I find that it's too strong if I do that. So I'm just going to take a little bit off and then you don't get a blob. And just going to add some color to the background here of my piece. Just take away that starkness of the basic white. There we go. Just gives us a little bit of color. Okay. Right. Now my ice cream cone, here it is. I don't, this just folds. Now one side goes first and I think, it's that side. And then this one goes like this. And then you can actually use it like this and you've got all your ice cream in it, but I'm not going to do that. Okay. I want to turn it this way and I'm going to cut this a bit shorter. I'm also going to just trim off these edges because I don't need the whole cone. Okay. Just adds a little bit too much weight and stiffness. So that's what I want. I'm just going to use that part of the cone. But I don't want to use the whole cone. It would be too big for the project that I'm trying to do. Okay. So I'm just going to grab it and I'm just going to trim it off arbitrarily about there. Just cut the top off. So now I've got a shorter cone. Okay. All right. Let's glue this down. This is such a cute stamp set. I hope you'll come to our class. It's really going to be fun. If you purchase the bundle, the Share a Milkshake bundle, so that's the stamps and the dies, we're going to send you twice as much DSP. So that's something to think about. Let's grab, remember we cut all these bits? Let's grab them all. Here we go. Okay. And let's start building our ice cream. I'm going to use dimensionals on the back. So let's start trying to, I think what I did when I made this originally was I started to lay this out. I laid it out and then I went ahead and just sort of glued the pieces. So we've got that yummy piece of, okay, oops, and I've got another ice cream and I'm going to just kind of offset that. So it's like that. Okay. And then I've got, well, let's do another one. Let's do a half one here. And then I've got another half one. Whoop. Grape. And then let's get this one here, strawberry. And then we've got this one. So that's kind of what we're going for. But I don't want to pop up all of them, but I do want to pop up some of them. So I'm going to grab my sample card, put it beside me here so I can see what I've done. Okay, so I'm just going to just sort of carefully move these down. I'm going to start by gluing a few of them down because we don't want them all popped up. Our card would be like 8 feet tall, wouldn't it? So we're just going to put some ice cream on the top. And then some more. What's your favorite ice cream flavor? Mine is really boring. I like vanilla, like a French vanilla. I also like strawberry, chocolate. I like those two. What about you guys? We're going to be at ice cream. We're going to be eating ice cream soon. I guess you can eat it any time. We have a fabulous ice cream shop, like an old-fashioned ice cream shop, just not very far from us. We can walk to it with a locally made ice cream, and it's really good. Okay, now let's go with, let's pop this one up. I think I'm going to put this in a different order when I was making my cone earlier, but that's okay. This is what makes the world go round. We do things differently, and it's all good. Okay, and then we've got, and if I have to cut another bit of ice cream, I will. That's fine. Let's pop this one up, though. This is our major one. Now, before I do that, I do one little thing. Remember our spoon that we cut? There's a little slit here in this, when you cut this die. I'm going to stick that in there like that. And then there's a couple of ways you could hold that on. I'm just going to put my dimensional right on the back. That'll hold it in place. You can put a little glue dot. You could put a little dab of glue. Any of that would work. We're going to put our ice cream like that. Go. Yum, yum. That's good ice cream. Okay, I'm just going to turn that. There we go. And then remember I cut out some what I call whipped cream. We're going to put we're going to just put some glue on that. And we're going to put that on our cone. And then what would a cone be, or what would anything be without a cherry on top? So let's pop that up. I need a little itty bitty teeny weeny dimensional bubble gum. You know, my kids liked bubble gum when they were kids. Chocolate mint. Yeah, Mo, you are a chocolate mint. I know that. You used to have that one. Oh, I can't remember what it was, Mo. It was orange and it had cherry bits in it, I think. Can't remember. Do you remember what I'm talking about, Mo? You know, they never have any of the stuff that we had as kids. Do you ever notice that you go to get something and they don't have it? And I think I must be getting really old. Everything I loved is gone. Okay, now I'm going to use, this is for Diane because she loves Wink Stella. We got to tart up that cherry. Make that cherry yummy. So that's what we've got. Look at that. Now, who would not like this ice cream? Right? Like, yum, yum. Okay, let's get this on our card. Just make sure we've got our ribbon where we want it. I think that looks good. I might move it up a titch. Just a titch. I was saying earlier that I redone my office and I got some new inserts for my paper and it just feels really good. And then I look around at all the stuff I have to get rid of. But you know, it's good to sometimes just do all that spring cleaning while you're reorganizing, right? I don't know. I like doing that. Am I weird? Does everybody else like do you like clearing out a drawer or, you know, cleaning up a little mess and make it easier to find things? I kind of like that. All right, we need a saying. So we have a cherry. So we're going to say, you're the cherry on top. We're going to emboss this. So let's grab our Versamark maple walnut. Oh, you know what, Wanda? How did I forget? I am a fiend for maple walnut, and this Rocky Point ice cream where we shop up the street has the best maple walnut. I'm with you. I love it. They have huge chunks of walnut too, which I really like. Okay, so we're going to just use an embossing buddy. Yep, love it. Love maple walnut. Creamsicle. Oh, yeah, that was good. I like ones with crunchy bits, nuts. Yeah. Well, Donna, the Rocky Point one is good, isn't it? They have lots of flavors up there. Like tons. Like my daughter gets like all sorts of, they have all sorts, including vegan ice cream, which is good for my son's girlfriend. My daughter likes Earl Grey lavender, I think it's called. I'm not into that kind of stuff. Like just keep with the, you know, but the Rocky Road one with the marshmallows and stuff like that is good. What else? So many ones. Those blizzards are good when you can get the chunks in them, like the Oreo and stuff, right? Okay, we are going to heat set this, which I hope I plugged my heat gun in. Oh, I did. Moved everything, so I wasn't sure. Oh, do you have a decluttering? Yeah, you know, there's something about decluttering that declutters your brain too, right, Wanda? Like it just frees us up when we get rid of stuff. Or pass it on to people who can use it. You're the cherry on top. There we go. So let's cut that out. I grabbed a circle. This is just from the Layering Circles dies. And we're just going to cut that out. Okay. When you heat set, sometimes you find that your paper, when you're heat setting it, it kind of, I won't say warps, but it kind of bends, right? Butterscotch is good. I'm looking at all the ice cream. You guys are making me hungry for ice cream. Caramel praline. Oh, Diane, that sounds good. But when you're embossing, sometimes your paper just gets a little warped. And then when you go to run it through, if something moves, then you end up cutting out in a weird way. So I'm just going to stick that down with my tape so that it won't move. And there we go. Okay. And now all we have to do is pop this up, because I think that would look good popped up. Hi, Kathy. Yes, you can watch the replay. It settles your brain. It is. It does, Wenda. You're right. We're talking about decluttering, Kathy. I redid my studio yesterday. I got all my papers sorted and just got some stuff into the recycling, and I got some stuff to donate. And it feels really good. But it also, you get so set in your way, like you've got everything where you're, where it used to be. And now it's in different places. And so I was a little disorganized this morning. So anybody who was new to me this morning is thinking, oh man, she's really, what do you think? Do we like this ice cream? I think it looks yummy. Let's look at some other samples. So this is what Ange and I are using for our class, right? We talked about that earlier. You can see the link. Once I stop the live, the link will pop up for the class registration. So that's today's. Then we've got this one I got in a swap. So there's that soda glass, right? And then here's another one I got in a swap. I love this. See this image? It's from the dies, and it's just like a looks like a waffle cone. There's a card I made on my live a couple weeks ago. I like brights, but I do like this subtle look for the ice cream and stuff, right? It's still nice, but I went bright, really bright with this. And then I made this one earlier too. So you can look through the old videos and you can find where we made these ones. So this is today's. Now this was the original one that I did. Bring this down. So the only difference is that this one has a cone and this one has the soda glass. But I felt like the soda glass was too, like it wasn't popping enough with the pale papaya behind it. And that's why I went with the brighter cone. So that's the only difference. Right? Very sweet. They are sweet. You're right. And they're non-fattening. May I point out? All right. So that's today's cards. Let's come back here. Here we are. So you guys can see, look what I did. I put all my paper, made it all pretty, really quite organized. So that's what I did yesterday. I'm pretty proud of myself. Okay, thanks you guys. So anything else? Any other questions? I was supposed to do this card on Thursday. My apologies. I did not pop on Thursday. I had some things that came up at the last minute. I'm buying a new car, which is exciting. But it's been how does one put this? It's been a process. So some things happened at the last minute and I wasn't home in time to do the live. So this was really the Thursday live. Okay. Now I will see you again on Wednesday at 3 o'clock. I will be back definitely on Wednesday. Not sure what we're going to stamp, but we'll find something fun. Oh, hi, Mary. You popped on there. Didn't see you. You're over on Instagram. Thanks, Mo. It is adorable, isn't it? Yeah, it's really a sweet card and so simple to make, really, right? See you Wednesday, Diane. All right, you guys. Well, thank you so much for taking time out of your busy days and just spending a little bit of time with me crafting. I hope it inspires you to do some crafting today yourself. And I'll see you guys on Wednesday at 3 o'clock. In the meantime, happy stamping.